disaster. This might be a bad idea. We'll see. Tea is hot tonight. No one's watching this anyway, so.
There's one person.
You did the intro.
Hi, people. Person.
You're not even in the shot.
Who's watching us? It's Naomi.
Okay.
And Ryan.
The full intro.
With Quizmaster Trivia.
This is a test run for you tonight.
What's going on?
Wow, you're amazing at this.
I mean, I don't know why you're like making me do that. You didn't tell me I was in charge.
Sometimes you gotta think on your feet. So, here we are. YouTube.
If you're watching us, say hi.
Yeah, we wanted to see how this would work. So yeah, there's nobody here anyway.
Oh yeah.
Could just delete this video. Just go like, I don't know.
Completely rogue.
Yeah, if you're there, say hello. How was everyone's Labor Day?
Let us know.
Yeah, we're late because we couldn't. It was like the first time we used Facebook Live. We had like no idea where to go.
Yeah. We are very bad at YouTube.
Oh man.
There's nothing like just trying to use a new technology that makes you feel 800 years old.
One of the main reasons I wanted to use this though was because the lag time is only a few seconds. And on Facebook, sometimes it seems like it's at least 20 seconds.
Yeah, they say it's like only supposed to be like 12 seconds.
It's not.
But it's like...
It's not.
It's
like double
30 seconds behind what we're talking about. And then you guys are like commenting on things and we don't even know what the comments like refer to.
That's one of the main reasons is I wanted to... there were two reasons. The first reason was the lag and trying to have some more instantaneous kind of interaction with people. I guess people are here. Hey everyone, Melissa, Adam, and AJ, and then Spring Lilac 82.
Yeah. This is the other part.
And the other reason was, I feel like there might be a broader reach on YouTube to like reach new people who might just kind of scroll across our video because it is like the #1 video platform, and I feel like people might not necessarily use Facebook for that. So where are you guys at? We have another good reason for doing it tonight. Yeah. Is because we don't have a lot of people.
Correct.
So if we're gonna cock it up, I'd rather it be to like, you know, these people, the people that are on here that don't care because they're here every week. So we appreciate you guys coming back. These are our banners tonight. We went with sports things. Are the Bucks winning? Someone tell us.
Yeah,
so we don't have to Google it. I know they were like tied in the third quarter or something. So we went with sports things tonight. Naomi said not good at ball sports, any of them.
Nothing with balls.
That's what she said. Former London Leopards season ticket holder. Everyone knows who they are, so I don't need to explain that. British Basketball Association champions 1996. Probably earlier than that. We had a basketball league in the UK, and we were London Leopards fan because you know when you think of London, you think of leopards automatically. So we had the London Leopards, and then there was another team called the London Towers, like the Tower of London. That made sense, but our team totally didn't. But we won the league one year. And me, my dad, and my uncle, we went.
Kind of makes sense in a weird, like, imperialism way.
Yeah, we went. Oh, okay. Yeah, because we colonized Africa, and that's where the leopards are at. I really think that had nothing to do with the decision to be the London Leopards.
It was just alliteration.
Yeah, it's totally an alliteration reason. They couldn't have thought of any other L words that made sense. We got Dave and Tosa drinking margaritas. Bel Air Carryout. We've got Bel Air just down the road from us. We live near the one on Downer. AJ in Sheboygan Falls. Just kind of getting used to this new. Do you prefer this? No one can see what we're looking at.
I know, but it's like the different setup of stuff.
Right.
It's just like weird.
I think there's more information here that makes it helpful.
It's just it's just funny how like platforms have to just change like the chats are on the other side. Like it's just like it's like
that's true.
Weird,
yeah, on Facebook the chat's on the left.
It's why they just have to make it a little different.
So AJ's saying go Arsenal as well. It's the Premier League. Well, we ordered the new West Ham kit this week.
We did.
I haven't bought one for years.
Yeah.
But they have this new third kit and it's all black. And you can buy one that under 18s without the sponsor.
Yeah.
They have the sponsors across them, and honestly, they just ruin the shirts. Like I like the really old school ones, like 60s and 70s ones, because they didn't have sponsors back then. But you can buy the under 18, which is basically the adult kit, the main first team kit without the sponsor. So we're waiting for those in the mail. The Bucks are down by 4 with 2 minutes left, says Melissa. What about disc sports, Naomi? Are you good at that? Says Adam. No.
I feel like I'm not.
Anything that involves throwing. You're a cross-country runner.
Yeah.
And a track athlete.
I can run very far, not super fast.
Our screens. She's done a few marathons. Our screen's paused though, so I don't know if anyone can hear us right now.
No one can hear us. Aww. Is it just
We might need a super long internet cable because I was reading that if you are plugged into your router.
Can you even plug in?
Yeah, I'd have to get an adapter thing because stupid Apple has to change all the ports. Okay, you guys can see the rounds. We got a low turnout tonight, so not as competitive. Top 3 teams will get paid. Tell us if you can still see us, because this might be like a Facebook thing where we can't see the video.
Yeah.
So just someone say something right now. We can still see you. We can still hear you. Or if we don't hear from someone, we'll assume.
Yeah.
You can play the game without us, obviously, but we like to be here for.
Like on our end, it just looks like spinny wheel, so we're just unsure. Okay, people.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Cool. All right, guys. We're going to start first category today. You can see on your screen there, around the world. Kind of geography round. Tricky round to start here, I think, tonight. So let's get started. We've got 56 teams today. Let's do it. Here we go. This should work a bit better as well with the fact that I think the lag is only like 5 seconds at most. It's supposed to be 2 seconds, but I think it depends on your internet connection and a bunch of shit. Yeah. All right. Yeah, look, we're just paused over here.
Yeah.
Well, the clock's still going though. Up here.
Right.
I don't know what that means.
I think it's like this weird because we're using like an outside software. It's like
that we're streaming into YouTube.
And the same with Facebook. Why it happens that way?
I don't know if it would be better to get because this software we use is free.
Right.
Because when we started doing this, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. Let me kind of see how the free program works, and it's been pretty good. That's how we get all these graphics and fancy. Look, we're not on the right page. We missed it.
I would assume that it's something to do with that and the fact that they're assuming we're watching ourselves in this, and so they're not putting so much stock into trying to keep this preview.
Yep. Yeah. Say hello if you can still hear us, because again, we're not still. With Facebook, we kind of know now because we've used it so many times. This is the first time we've used this, so. Yeah, so you guys know the drill. Kind of playing on the MyQuiz website alongside, this YouTube feed. We put the questions up here for anyone who may be watching who hasn't played before. We put the questions up as a side-by-side just so if people are just tuning in or they're watching the video back, they can kind of play along with themselves. Sounds weird when I say it that way. But yeah, but most people who are participating, they have this kind of live feed, and then they also have a side by side with a website that we run the questions on, where they can actually answer. Like here, you can't answer if you're just watching the video, but you can actually click and answer, and that's where you see the answers come up here, the percentage of people that got a question right or wrong. Yeah, Adam says, how about now? How about now what?
I'm assuming he's just making fun of us because we keep being like, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's like a Verizon advert. That one got a few people. I just put Chan in there because of Jackie Chan. Is that his real name?
Those like.
I feel like that might not even be his real name.
Popular names. I like those questions. I find those interesting.
Yeah. Factoids. No, I guess our screen's just going to be paused here for us. This was a fact I didn't know. I thought
for sure
there was an obvious answer here, and it wasn't.
Interesting.
Because you always hear about this one place, the Netherlands, but Uruguay is the first place to legalize cannabis. Like actually legalize it, not decriminalize it or whatever.
Right.
Because there's all these different like ways that different countries or states, obviously in this country, kind of the way they pigeonhole like marijuana. Because 11 states have it recreationally legal now in the US.
Oh, like recreation. That's But some of them are like medical, right?
No, like recreation.
No, I know, but there are some states.
There are some that are medical, and there are some that are decriminalized.
Okay.
But basically, you get caught with like
certain.
You know, if you're obviously a dumb kid who has a little bit of weed.
Yeah.
The cops are probably gonna just take it off you and let you go.
Yeah.
Like not even give you a ticket. I feel like if you're depending on what kind of person you are as a police officer, but
or possibly like a fine, like if you got underage drinking,
maybe
versus like something that goes on your record,
right? But then there are some. I don't think there's many states where you're going to jail unless you have a huge amount. I think there are still states that will do that though. Like if you have a lot of weed, they're going to chuck you in jail. That's why they just need to bloody legalize it and tax it. And then it's in the hands of like actual businesses, but
big
it's all another debate. So, yeah, this whole like frozen screen thing has to be because we're connecting through it. It has to be.
I think they're deciding to not preview here because they are assuming we're previewing.
But I am going to look into getting a long internet cable.
Yeah. Fine.
And maybe trying that and seeing if that has an effect. So, we're not doing right now any kind of giveaway. We're going to still do those for our theme nights. We've seen, obviously, a continued drop-off in attendance. I think I was saying to Naomi, the fact that it was Labor Day weekend and Labor Day was yesterday.
Probably didn't help.
Because we've probably got 20 people less, 20 teams less than last week. We've been kind of hovering between 70 and 80 for a while now.
I feel like we've had
and tonight we're at 55.
Yeah.
So like 15, 20 teams or so have dropped off this week. And I think it's just the fatigue of Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
School started.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a big...
So we're still scheduled to do
happenings.
Right, we're still scheduled to do these general knowledge virtual quizzes every Tuesday through the end of the month. But I have kind of said to Naomi, I'm like, the number keeps going down because obviously when we first started doing this, we were like, the first ever night we did it, we had 200 teams.
Right.
And then we had 250, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I won't do it if there's less than 100 people playing, you know. And obviously, it's still worth it for us financially, and just from a kind of therapy.
It's also weird. It's like habitual at this point. Like we just
Yeah.
do it. Like I
But
don't
you
know
know,
what
if
we
all
would
of a
do.
sudden we've got like 15 teams,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I'm just
obviously,
trying to.
there's a point.
My point is that there is a significant amount of work that goes into not just coming up with the questions, the pictures that go with them, uploading them to the website, doing all the scoring. Like, there's all these little things that kind of add up that people don't see, and then obviously all of this kind of graphic work for the video, and you know, there needs to be a certain number of people playing. Otherwise, it's just a lot of work for.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one, Ryan. Look at that flag, that brutal flag question. So A is Cameroon, B is Senegal, C is Ghana. US soccer fans should know that flag.
One of them
and then D
was
is
Ghana,
just,
but I just didn't know.
D
which,
is flipped.
Yeah.
So like basically, I changed the green and the red stripe.
Right.
But I was basically looking up flags that are similar, and there are a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Like if you look up the flags of Monaco and Indonesia, they're the same flag. It's like a red bar and a white bar, but one red is slightly darker and like slightly the dimensions of the flag are a little different. Bahrain and Qatar have like almost identical flags. Luxembourg and the Netherlands, Chad and Romania have the exact same flag. It's like red, yellow, and blue stripe, vertical stripe. That's it.
It's kind of cool.
So, Dave says, seems like an evil kind of question. It was. That first round was tough, says Rebecca. Yeah, I kind of thought it might be. I'm kind of strict with the geography questions.
You are,
because I'm good at geography.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't give people a lot of slack when it comes to. Yeah, that was a tough round. Next round is hip hop.
He likes to rub it in the American.
Oh
faces.
yeah, you guys don't know your geography very well. That was round one. Look, we missed this whole background as well. Let's get rid of this thing. Where is it? We were at the Great Wall of China. There were a bunch of China questions in that round. Round two, hip hop. We may have stolen this background from a recent quiz we did. But you can see my head this time. We had that night.
I was going to wear a green sweater today, and I was like, don't do it.
Yeah, just don't order any. You know, fortunately, the reason they pick green is because it's not that common of a colour to wear.
Which is weird,
You know, it's
because
not like
I
they
wear
pick,
a lot
like,
of green.
Black or white or something.
I know,
Or
but
red. So, in case you're wondering what my t-shirt says, yeah. Oh, look.
Everyone
This
was
is yellow,
wondering.
so it's kind of see-through. See, yellow as well on the green screen.
Yeah.
Well, it's from Super Mario 3. So, great game.
Everyone was wondering.
They
The
were.
questions were pouring in.
Get
What
me.
does your t-shirt say,
Yeah.
Ryan?
A few people said it. Talking about. Okay. So, hip-hop rap, round two. I don't think this round is as hard. I was a bit more lenient on this.
I felt like it was easy when I was.
I didn't go
looking at
too
it.
much like really like obscure. They're all pretty mainstream artists. Obviously, you'd think looking at that, there's a bunch of chicken and there's a bunch of beer there, but still, some people weren't looking at the visual
might
clue.
have thought it was too obvious.
Sometimes that can be the case. We want to thank our sponsor. We forgot in the intro because we were talking about how bad we are at YouTube. Collectivo. I've got a contact there who's really just a nice person. And basically they give me the codes for these e-gift cards that we give away at the start of every month. And they like committed again to another month here. So it helps us save a bit of money because it kind of compensates for some of the prizes we would otherwise be giving out ourselves. So, team,
Woo!
your team's in first place again. In case you missed it last
I have double confirmed that they are not making it.
In case you missed it last week, we saw the team name Team for the first time, and Naomi's
That was like my trivia team's name
like
for
pub
like
quiz team
years
name, yeah.
and years and years.
Right.
So we were just wondering, but there's no rogue team players as far as I know.
Right.
It's a completely different team.
I didn't want to pick a picture from the video for this, so I just went with, I don't know what song this is from, but it's not from the answer you're looking for. Yeah. Where he's just wearing like, he's wearing a big white t-shirt, you know, and there's like a million of him, you know, lookalikes, dressed up the same. I'm excited for 2 rounds tonight. We have like a celeb negatives round, which is kind of like a picture round where we basically, you know, we just take pictures of celebrities and photo negative them. And then we have a movie quotes round.
Oh yeah.
So I love, you know, I just, if people would play, I just do a movie quiz every week.
Right.
I would. You know.
We'll see if YouTube shuts us down for any of our copyrighted
for our quotes. I don't think they will, because I'm like downloading them from YouTube where it's like,
that's true.
Where it's like,
that's true.
You know, Jimmy Smith, you know, from like South Carolina or something has like uploaded them. It's not like legit or anything for the most part. Is there like a statute of limitations on YouTube? Like, say you put up a video in like 2007 of something that's copyrighted and it's been up forever and it has like 3 million views. Are they like, oh, let's just leave it now?
I feel like,
you know, a scene from a film or something. Like,
I feel like it's a lot of algorithm, but also just from the crap my daughter watches. It's a lawless land, I feel like, of copyright infringement.
The internet is such a place.
But I feel like YouTube is like, no, we're not gonna care because we have like, you know, 8 million whatever users and
Tribe Called Quest, baby. That was a hot album, The Love Movement, like 2000, 2001 at my boarding school in Sussex, England. It was. That was a great album. Let's look at the leaderboard. Look, team. Again, second place team here. It's just 5 stars. Why is that? I feel like that isn't going to be their team name at the end. Murder Hornets of House Rona, 3rd. So mixed a lot of drinks during quarantine, maybe. That's what that says. Sheila Goose to My Maverick, 5th place. I saw Hapless Vectors were in there somewhere. But they've since dropped off a little bit. Tupac isn't dead. Oh, did the Bucks lose? I've read that no team has ever
come back
from being 3-0 down. I'm drinking tea, Adam. Tea, man. Yeah, 3-0 down in an NBA playoff series. They've never come back to win. So 4 games in a row. Yeah, what was with the Bucks? I feel like Milwaukee got totally screwed this year.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's been screwed, but us especially. You know, we're supposed to have the DNC. You know, it's been a huge boost to the economy. The Bucks were cruising, and clearly, I don't follow basketball that closely, but my understanding is since they came back after COVID, they had to finish the regular season, right?
Yeah.
And they just didn't play that well.
Yeah.
So there's like, they
They
obviously
lost-
had,
they
well, they had a
lost their
home court advantage.
momentum.
They lost their home court advantage. They were the overall 1 seed.
Yeah.
So whoever they would have played all the way through the NBA Finals, they would have been the home team.
Yeah.
So they got screwed there, and we were supposed to have the Ryder Cup this year too. Not in Milwaukee, but in the southeastern Wisconsin area. So, and like none of that stuff's coming back. The DNC isn't going to be like, oh, in 2024 we still owe you one. We're going to come back. No, they don't give a shit. So wait, politicians don't care about people. Cookie Monster. Cookie. It's murder. Melissa will like that.
He really
Melissa's
does,
a Jar fan too.
like sound like Cookie Monster when you like it's just a really funny insult.
They had that whole beef, didn't they? Jar and like Eminem and 50 Cent.
But it's like, why do Eminem and 50 Cent even care what Ja Rule's saying. Like, Ja Rule is
Bucks
like,
lost.
has been.
That was a tough one there. Would you have known that? I'll Be Missing You?
I don't know.
I remember when that song came out, like 1996.
Oh,
it was hot song of the summer in the UK.
That song at the VMAs was amazing.
You know, I remember.
Tribute.
It's one of those songs I remember hearing it somewhere specific.
It was like just Diddy on stage, and then like all of a sudden this whole like gospel choir. Like,
they come out? Nice.
Like,
when people actually used to watch award ceremonies.
Everyone was wearing white.
Didn't they have they had the VMAs? Was it last week?
Yeah, it was last
week. And
week.
it was virtual, right? Like the artists were there, but there was no crowd.
I mean,
I guess it wasn't virtual. It was like I put on the TV and it was like on. And like Lady Gaga walked out, and everyone's got like a glittery
mask.
Yeah, like a ridiculous looking mask.
I mean,
I'm like, why do you need to wear a mask when you're walking up to a podium? There's no one there. There's no one within 50 feet of you. You're on a big stage. Like maybe wear it if you want to walk on. Then you take it off to talk, and they're like talking through their mask into the mic. And I'm like, this is just playing politics right now. It's literally not necessary in that specific situation.
Yeah, no, it's just a fashion accessory to them.
Oh, it's also political.
Well,
without question.
Sure, but it's like
it is.
I'm just saying. I used to watch it every year.
What's the delay on it? It seems like I wish there was a way we could test the delay.
It seems like there's a bit of a delay because
like a bit longer than a few seconds.
Definitely longer than like the 2 seconds they said it was.
Do you know where we are right now?
I have no idea.
This is London Stadium, home of West Ham United now. It's a bloody athletics stadium that is now a football stadium.
It looks
We've
nice.
been there. Did you come? Mm-hmm. Okay. I went to see West Ham play there like a couple of years ago now. It's rubbish. It's rubbish for a football stadium. The seats are too shallow. Like they're really. It's not very steep. So you're sitting like 50 rows back, and it feels like you're a mile from the pitch. You know, in all the old school football stadiums, it's like
really
the seating is like on top of each other, right? So it feels so you're really close, even if you're high up. And a lot of those old school football stadiums are like that, where you kind of get that feel that you're like on. They say like on top of the pitch, and the London Stadium is rubbish. It's been a whole ordeal since they moved there like 4 years ago, and it's not been. The fans have not been happy about it. Yeah, Jenny didn't show up today. Maybe Jenny didn't get the memo that we're on YouTube. More of a Facebook girl.
I mean, it does remind you that we're going live, like literally a lot. So it's kind of nice if you like are.
Melissa says Lady Gaga was dressed like the Shredder, the Master Shredder at the VMA. She was like silvery.
Yeah.
Like she just needs like some big claws on her hands.
It's really funny. Totally.
Oh, that no one put Carl Lewis for that. That picture didn't give it away. Or Larissa Latinina. No, that was the easy one. Yeah, here's the deal. If this delay is going to be the same as Facebook,
then what's the
bloody point? We might as well keep doing Facebook. So we have that celeb negatives round coming up next. We'll have a 5-minute halftime break as usual. And because this next round is like a picture round, we have the actual pictures. That's always nice, I think, in the video. So you have like the negative, and then I'll just click a button here, and you guys will see the actual photo before it was flipped to negative. So, because sometimes people see those, and then you tell them the answer, and they're like, "That's not so and so," and you're like, "Look, you know."
this is.
Yeah, because I tested these on you the other day.
You did.
While I was doing them.
Got a lot wrong.
I'd say you probably got 2/3 of them right.
Okay.
But there were like one or two where I stumped you. And that's kind of what I want. I don't want every single one of them to be super easy. That's not fun. So, but you didn't have choices.
That's true.
I'm just showing you the picture. I'm like, who do you think this is?
Yeah, that is true.
So if you have 4 choices, it might be easier for you.
It's a lot harder.
Super Shredder, the Master Shredder. Yeah, most Olympic medals, gold, silver, bronze, are made out of silver. I think the percentage varies, but basically, a gold medal is 92% silver. A silver medal, I think, is like 93%, and I think a bronze one is like 90% silver as well. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's even kind of a lot. They could literally make it out of like not silver.
Here's your aluminium medal.
Right.
Crunch.
Well,
it's really soft.
What do you get when
like
you
a Coke can.
I run races and we get the little participation medals for doing a marathon or whatever. Those are not made out of silver. Those are made out of, I don't know.
Yeah.
What? Bronze?
I have no idea. Whatever's the cheapest.
Yeah,
exactly. They're giving away like thousands.
Yeah, like thousands of medals.
Man, organizing a race like that, like a marathon or something. God, the planning.
The worst was all the ones that got shut down.
What do you think this person's doing?
Pre-COVID.
Right. Like they planned it and then they were supposed to race like in March or April or whatever.
Anything that was March, April, May, probably even June, those medals were already made and ordered. So you probably had, 10,000 medals for like the Boston Marathon. Just,
Dave's saying there's a 1 second delay after refreshing YouTube, but it tends to lag over time with little hiccups. So you kind of have to refresh the page. What if we refresh the page? What do you want to do? You want to risk it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah.
I found some interesting Olympic facts this week. Like this guy, Baron Pierre de Coubertin. Obviously, that's how you say it. Was the president of the IOC. I think he was the second ever president of the modern Olympics.
Okay.
Because this was 1912. First games was 1896.
And he also was an Olympian?
Well, he won a medal in mixed literature. Because in the 1912 Olympics, they had a arts section. And they had all these different weird, like, you didn't have to be like an athlete. So they had how the hell do you win? You like write a poem? You got 5 minutes, mate. Write that poem.
That's interesting.
It better be a sonnet.
I suppose, is it because you were supposed to be some sort of like well-rounded person?
I don't know what the reason. It's probably because he was like, I'm shit at all sports and I want to win a medal. Let's do like I think there was like a painting one as well.
If I was president of the IOC.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're adding more sports. Like every Olympics, they like the Tokyo Games, which is obviously now next year, has added surfing, sport climbing, skateboarding. I think there's like 6 events that they added, and I think a lot of it is they are trying to appeal to a broader fan base and to younger people. Younger kids who skateboard or surf. They're like, I'm going to watch this Olympics now because so I think they're going to keep adding sports.
Makes sense. I mean, they took away sports.
They've taken some out. They brought some back.
Right.
Like they had some like early like tug of war.
Oh yeah.
Was an Olympic event that they got rid of. They had some weird variations like standing long jump was one. Where there's no run up, you literally just stood on the edge.
So hard.
There's a picture of a guy and he's standing there, and then the pit that they jump in. There's just people. This is like 1908, and there's people just lined along the pit just watching him, and he's standing there like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it now.
I wonder how far I could jump from standing.
Yeah,
like
it'd be interesting.
3 feet
for sure. I wonder what the world
It's like
record
those
would
people
be.
that can jump onto like those boxes, like those gym
Oh,
people.
yeah.
That,
Excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. The
what
box
is it?
jumps.
Lateral. Like
Yeah, it's just called
lateral
box jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Some of those people can jump like 6
Their
feet.
height. Yeah,
Yeah,
they can basically.
that's
You
insane.
got really flexible limbs as well, hips and knees.
I don't know. I can barely make it up the stairs sometimes. I definitely could not jump 2 feet.
I jumped probably 15, 20 feet today on my kiteboard.
Oh.
It was windy today. Yeah, I'm getting some height now. Been practicing.
One time in track, because I ran track, but I was a distance runner. And one time my coach convinced me to do 300 hurdles, which is like
God.
the longest hurdle
That's
distance.
hard.
So
How frequent are the hurdles?
they're very far apart, so you don't have to be a hurdler. Like you don't have
It's
to have.
not like every 10 meters.
You don't have to have like technique.
Right.
Is basically the point. You're basically just kind of like lobbing or something.
Are you allowed to run through the hurdles? You don't get disqualified, do you?
There are you can get second.
Really?
Yeah.
Deductions?
Yeah.
For running through a hurdle?
I think so.
Like, what if it's just one by accident or something?
No.
This was an interesting
I
fact.
mean, it's gonna slow you down. Why would you run through it?
I'm just saying.
Just watching 100-meter hurdles. It's just
Oh,
some guy
get out of the way.
just like just doesn't even try.
Yeah.
Like just boo.
This was an interesting fact. The first 12 ancient Olympics featured one event only, and it was a sprint from one end of the stadium to the other, which you can see right here in this picture. Like, I just kind of Googled this, and this came, obviously,
Like the
artist's
lamest-
interpretation.
Olympics ever.
Yeah.
Like
And then they would kill each other or something. No, that was Rome. Sorry.
yeah. So at any rate, I was a hurdler at one point in time.
I don't recall running hurdles. I wasn't much of a sprinter, so.
It's like not a. I mean, it's the longest.
Right.
I feel like 200 to 800 is technically considered like middle distance. If you're like a track person.
Okay, we're halfway through the quiz, guys. Been some toughies today. What's the leaderboard looking like? We got Team on top. Ooh, we got an 11-point lead as well. So mixed a lot of drinks. Second place. There's a bit of a gap between second and third as well. And then we have a few teams there kind of contesting the top 5. So, next round is going to be the celeb negatives category. Let's get over here. Such a shit stadium. This is what I'm going with the background today.
I was wondering what it was going to be.
You know, photos, photo negatives. Literally Google photo negatives, and this is what came up. We want to thank our sponsor. We forgot to do this at the start. Collectivo. We'll give prizes, Collectivo gift cards to our top 3 teams tonight. We'll also have a little Venmo prize for the best team name. This Thursday, guys, Lord of the Rings virtual quiz. We have our outfits. We're trying to figure out some other things that will make it really interesting. And then a week from Thursday, it's the Disney quiz. It's back.
Damn.
You know what? I was like, oh, should we do Disney again? I feel like we just did it, and I looked, and the last time we did it was the end of June. It's been almost 3 months. I think it's been like 10 weeks.
Actually.
Like whole month of July, whole month of August, and now.
Wow, time flies when
does.
you're having fun.
And then we did. This one isn't as popular, which is why we haven't done it as frequently. But we did it at the end of May. So it's been like almost 4 months since we did Star Wars. That's coming September 24th. All our themes right now are Thursday nights, so we might have to change some things up once NFL season starts. I might have to look at the schedule and see.
What the haps is.
Yeah, I don't want to clash. We're based in Wisconsin, so most of our followers and players here are kind of local somewhat, and yeah, we don't want to. If there's a Packers game, I don't want to do a quiz anyway because we're Packers fans. We want to watch the game. Yeah, hurdles is not a ball sport, Naomi.
I didn't say I was bad at it. I did pretty good at the 300 hurdles.
Yeah, Disney.
I held my own.
Winner gets a trip to Disney World with me. We're just going to go to Epcot and we're going to drink at
drink our way around
country.
The world.
Just get sloshed at Epcot. So that was the winning team name at the last Disney quiz. I feel like it was like No, you know what? It was I did a Disney quiz live at the Beer Garden like a few weeks ago, and the winning team was I've been shit faced at every country in Epcot or something. And then the lady who was like responsible for the team name on her team like really made a point to point out that it was her that came up with the team name. So I was like, well done. And that's what I would probably do. Epcot is like kind of lame.
Well, yeah, as like a kid, it was like the stupid, like.
You never wanted to go. There was like one good ride there. That was it.
But as a parent, I can see the appeal.
Right. I'm gonna have a margarita now. We're in Mexico.
Also, it's like you can just walk around and you don't have to like wait in line for like 800 years. Like you're just like, we're just gonna walk around.
My dad.
See things.
All right, we're gonna get these ready. My dad can't swim. My dad's like 60 something and he's never been able to swim. Okay, but we've been to like the water parks at Disney. And we went to Blizzard Beach, and they have that giant slide, the Summit Plummet. It's like 200 feet and like, 3-degree like angle. Yeah, and basically, like he would never go on it. He never went on it. I was going on it. I went on it like 10 times or whatever, and I was finally able to get him on it because he'd had like 3 Jack Daniels. Like there's a bar there, and he was just sitting at the bar all day drinking. And then I finally convinced him to go on once he had some Dutch curry. Yeah, Katy Perry, look at that.
Yeah, Megan Fox.
Yeah, you said Megan Fox. Good one there. It does kind of look like her.
I changed for the Arian.
Oh, you did. I see it now. Okay, it's a good one. No, everyone's gonna get this right? That's funny. What was my answer before?
You had like Drake or something.
Oh, I had Drake?
It doesn't look like Drake.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to think who might have cornrows. Some people did say K-Fed. That was one name he changed it to. There he is. Ludacris, Post Malone. No shitty face tattoos, so that's definitely not Post Malone. It's Luda. That's kind of a fun round. I like this round. Adam says Epcot is my favourite. That's something we don't agree on, Adam. This round is not his favourite either. He's like, I can win a trip. We can watch Thundercats on the plane if we win a trip to Disney together. Yep. Rebecca says, been there, done that. I'm assuming drank at Epcot.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been to Epcot. I haven't been to Disney World for 15 years. I don't know. A long time. There she is. Wow, it doesn't even look like Sporty Spice. Got the modern picture. Yeah, Kate Middleton. I was looking up.
Look like Kate Middleton.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I was looking up celebrities that look alike,
I know.
and Kate Middleton and Mel C came up a lot. This one might get people too. These are pretty good. There's some good ones in here. It's basically either 98% get it right, or it's like all over the place, more or less. You came up with one of these. This is who you said. This is who you. When I was testing this on you the other night, I showed Naomi this picture. She doesn't know who it is. I'm like, who do you think this is? And you said Keith Richards. And apparently most people don't agree with that.
No,
there he is.
When you see Rupert Grint, it looks like it.
Noel Gallagher. I'm trying to think who has the shitty, like, grungy Britpop haircut. Noel Gallagher of Oasis, obviously. This one you knew right away, but you didn't know the bloke's name.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that apparently, according to Dave, I think it was Dave, yeah, he said there's only like a couple of second delay. I wonder why there's such a long delay on Facebook. and only like 2 seconds on YouTube.
I think
it's not like it's even close.
I think it's the Facebook. I think it's
right.
the way they run their.
These two look alike. Again, I was Googling, I'm sorry to interrupt, I was Googling celebrities that look alike, and Andy Murray and Andrew Garfield came up a lot. When I showed you that, you said the tennis guy.
Yeah. So I think it's because of the nature of Facebook just being more of a live platform, the way they police their copyright material is actually like
Facebook is
live.
more of a live platform?
Yeah.
Okay, then YouTube is
more
and more stuff and uploaded.
Yeah, like people are uploading,
so.
And so the way YouTube polices it is they just take down your videos once they find them.
Dave's saying it's about 10-second delay now. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, Dave, for letting us know. It's helpful. Look, there he is, the Green Street Hooligan, Elijah Wood. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's a reference to a football movie where it's about West Ham United's firm, which is like the gang associated with the football team.
It's just such a scary
and Elijah Wood was in it, so it's like a bunch of like Cockney Londoners, they're in a firm together, and then they let this American in, which would never happen. I don't care how badass you are. Like, Cockney Londoners are not letting a Yank in their firm, mainly because the other firms would make fun of you for having a Yank, okay? So... But Elijah Wood was in it, and Charlie Hunnam was like the main like Cockney, and he can't do a Cockney accent because he's from Newcastle. It's like a guy from Texas trying to do like a New Jersey accent, and he just sounds like he's from Texas.
Are you going to show?
Am I going to show him? Yeah, I am. There you go. Sorry, got distracted. That's you said Cardi B. You're helpful with this. You're helpful with this kind of the completely useless. Kind of
celebrity.
Yeah, celebrity questions. You're good on. This might have really shaken up the leaderboard here. Nope, Team still in first place. Even larger lead. But these questions you can't. There's like no way of cheating on these. You know what I mean?
Oh no! How could you?
No way. That's what I like about them with this format. You thought that was Alicia Keys when I showed you the other day. There she is. That's crazy big there. Alright, we've got 2 left, guys.
Yeah, I really seconds. Do think that. I still think that looks like Alicia Keys. This one I feel like it's hard because I swear this just looks like generic man. Like it doesn't look like anyone. It's like a stock photo of like guy in mall.
I actually got the idea of this type of question, the photo negative, from a regular quizzer at a bar who's been playing for years, one of the Brat House guys. And we did a picture question like one night, and he was like, "Oh, you should do like I don't know, I can't really remember how it came about, but he just suggested you should do the photo negatives." And so it's kind of been something we've done for a few years now in different contexts. It's a good one. Oh, look, our video came back. What the hell? After 45 minutes. So we have like a YouTube studio screen here that you guys can't see that gives us like real-time analytics, and we have our chat on the right-hand side, and we have a little video screen of ourselves so we can see what ourselves look like, and we can actually see the delay now. But it was basically frozen from like the 3rd minute we came on air until just now.
Okay.
It's gonna freeze again.
Probably.
I'm gonna do like a big hand wave because I want to see what the delay is here on the screen. So I'm gonna go ah! And see when it shows up over here. It's at least I've got like 5, 6 seconds.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't like 2 seconds.
I need to get rid of Warren Buffett. There he is. Yeah, that was easy. I thought some people might say Bernie Sanders, but all right, guys. We haven't used any gifts tonight. What gift should we use? We should have used this in the hip hop round. These are all left over from the 90s quiz last week, but that might have been a round to forget for some of you. Oh, neuralized. It's so good. I love gifts. Where's the Predator gift when you need it? Movie quotes, audio round. You guys know the drill here. Just listen up for the clips. Name the films. One of these was a quiz hint. Facebook, Instagram, stories. We post the hints in both of those. In the Facebook feed and in the Instagram stories at Quizmaster Trivia. Yeah, so follow us for clues. You might mute us for this. Might not. There's not as much of a delay here, so I don't know. You probably would still mute us, I would think.
Up to you.
Where's our screen here? Okay. Yeah, don't forget, guys, Thursday, Lord of the Rings quiz. We've got outfits. We're going to look. Well, you're not going to look that outrageous for once. It's going to be me. Usually, you more times than not have been the one.
Yeah, why am I?
I don't know, except the Disney quiz when I was Hades.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Yeah, blue face paint. Yeah, I think so. But I'm going to have face paint on Thursday for this one. So.
Gonna be awesome.
People are like, who could you be if you had face paint on? Like.
On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Adam said never again. I think he's referring to the last round, the celeb negatives round. It'll come back. It's also a really easy and quick round for me to do.
Yeah.
Like just prep wise. So yeah, this round is basically, you know, what movie is that from? Any Given Sunday. Good film. I watched that before I ever knew how American football worked, and it's still entertaining. So you don't need to know, you know.
I'm walking here. Up yours, you son of a bitch. You're up front. Get that way. Get out of here.
Classic American brashness surmised in one quote right here. This was one of our quiz hints, so one of the questions I was telling you about. I still go opposite.
Yeah.
It's really hard to remember. So follow us for those clues. 3 hints before every virtual quiz and every pub quiz we do. Midnight Cowboy, John Voight, Dustin Hoffman. Bit of a classic. Have you seen that film?
I have.
It's the first R-rated film to win.
I'm going to get up on stage and I'm going to dance, distracting the girls just long enough for Mac to run around and steal the weed. Kelly, Paula, I need you both to drive Getaway. I can't have you running around here because you're pregnant.
This is clearly the dumbest of all the quotes tonight. Do you know this one?
I just was going to say that this just makes me laugh because it's kind of our life.
Oh, you're giving it away now. Come on.
We live in.
Don't say it. Oh, there's a delay.
In this movie.
Yeah. Well, this is the second one.
No,
where
I know.
he's
Where he's on their side.
Yeah, he's graduated and there's a sorority now,
No.
not a fraternity.
But
yeah, we live by the university.
We live
so some
right by the
douchebags on our
university,
block.
so sometimes
I'm always
it's
the one
a
that
little bit of a neighbor's feel.
Yeah, 20-second break here. I'm always the one that goes out and yells at them. Though. No one else wants to do it. I don't give a shit. I'm more than happy to go out.
There's a few of you guys that go out and yell.
I'm the main.
Yeah.
I'm the main man. Though. I'm the representative of the homeowners on the block.
The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
You know what? This week I watched a film starring Michael Douglas that I hadn't seen before, and I can't remember what the movie is now. And I just decided I really like Michael Douglas as an actor. Solid actor. I don't know, he's compelling in his films. Have you seen all of these films? I haven't seen The American President. Obviously, that was from Wall Street. We saw The Game.
Yeah.
And I've seen Falling Down. That one's kind of nuts. He's
I
like,
made Ryan watch.
You either
Oh,
die
I
a
liked
hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
the thing with the game is that I had seen it before, but it had been so long that I didn't remember anything.
You either
Yeah.
die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Because I had definitely, there were 1 or 2 moments in it where I was
Where
like,
you're
this
like,
seems
yeah.
really familiar. Like, but I may have seen it when I was like 12. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Like, it was that long
I
ago.
don't know.
Which is only like 10 years ago. but
Obviously.
someone thought I was 40. No, older, right? 43? What did someone say on here? They thought
You know,
you were like...
when I was 22, my breastises were like right about there. Nice and perky. Gravity has taken them to there. It's like 22, 28, 22, 28.
We were, to go back to what I was just saying, some of you may remember we had a live feed and people were commenting, and we got around to the subject of how old we are. And I basically asked someone to guess what our age gap was. Just the age gap. The person didn't even have to guess our ages. They could have just been like, oh, 5 years or 2 years.
You kind of like made it sound
Someone was like 28, 43.
15
15 years!
You made it like sound like there was a huge age gap. though.
No, it did not.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Get out.
So then I feel like people were like,
Most women at one time or another have faked it. It's just that all men are sure it never happened to them, and most women at one time or another have done it, so you do the math.
I don't know if I made it sound like that. I just was like, guess what our age gap is. What do you think our age gap is?
I
And
think that seems to imply that like there's a large.
No, it seems to imply that people think that there's an age gap, but there's not. Is my point. 2 months.
The point is that you are for some reason bothered.
No, it doesn't bother. It doesn't bother me.
You keep talking about it.
You're as old as you feel. So, hey, I went kiteboarding today as a
I guess you can
60-year-old
dare
guy.
lick my balls, Capitan.
I can derelict my own balls. Thank you very much.
Yeah, there's this, when I go kiteboarding, there's a few guys that do it, but there's this one guy who's retired, so he can go anytime he wants, and you obviously have to go when it's windy, and he like was there today, but he's like in his 60s. I'm like, yeah, it is awesome. I'm like, I want to be doing this still when I'm 60.
There you go.
I feel like I will be once I
You
get
can
injured.
do it. I believe in
Who
you.
said Starsky and Hutch? Come on, man. I might go again tomorrow. It's supposed to be windy again.
Good luck, 007. Don't cock it up.
Good luck, 007. Don't cock it up. Did you like my Voldemort impression? Huh? Same guy?
Now you've given it.
Not really. He's in 2 of these films.
Okay.
No. Yes. Yes, he is. Yep. In Skyfall as well. Even though Judi Dench is in that, but she passes.
Every day for the last 10 years, Loretta there has been giving me a large black coffee. Today she gives me a large black coffee, only it's got sugar. A lot of sugar. I just came back to complain. Now you boys put those guns down.
Say what?
Well, we're not just gonna let you walk out of here.
Who's we, sucker?
Smith,
The longest
Wesson.
quote ever.
and me.
So good. It's like the best. It's like one of the best scenes ever. We're not gonna just let you walk out of here. Who's we, sucker? Smith. Like, this is the thing about this scene is he's like Smith, Wesson, and me, and like the criminal's standing there and he has a gun in his hand already, and like Clint Eastwood is just standing there like with his hands like nothing, and he has time to reach into his coat, pull out a gun, and shoot the guy before the guy can react. Like, yeah, it's from Sudden Impact. There was a whole series of Dirty Harry films, where he starred as Dirty Harry Callahan, the San Francisco police officer. And so The Enforcer, Deadpool, Sudden Impact. There was one other one. I think there was 5 films. But people just automatically go to Dirty Harry on that one, usually. So stumped a few people. Team, commanding leads. Hapless Spectres, look at those bastards. Back in the top 3. Had a strong round, it seems. 1 round to go, guys. Thanks for hanging with us here on YouTube Live. What are we drinking tonight? I'm just drinking. Well, I haven't bought beer for like 2 weeks. Did I buy wine this week?
No, you bought nothing.
I didn't buy wine.
Nothing
maybe I can go to the store
Thursday,
tomorrow.
which is my drinking day.
Thursday is alright. Well, then I'll get you some wine. Get you some red wine like that one time.
Yeah, that was not good.
Final category. You guys know the drill. It's our standard background here. What else could I use for a useless knowledge background? What do you think?
This is the only thing that
I don't know, man. I feel like this is, maybe Regis Philbin, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Just his face, nothing else. Just a close-up of his face behind us. Lord of the Rings Thursday night, guys. It's probably be the last reminder of this. Started writing the questions today. Got about halfway through. It's going to be good. It's going to be mostly movies, that one. There will be a round dedicated solely to books that will be pretty hard. Like, I wouldn't know most of those answers. I'd be guessing, because I'm more of a movie LOTR fan. But most of it's going to be movie related. 5 of the 6 rounds, basically. Should be a video round as well. I didn't get to that yet, but... What's the red wine story, said Rebecca.
I mean,
We didn't have any white wine one night. Naomi usually drinks this like...
I normally drink like a lighter white wine.
Like Moscato.
It's not
it's like
super
what is it, like 8%
yeah,
or something?
It's like,
and then one night...
We didn't have any...
So there was red wine that your mum brought.
Yeah.
And you just drank like the whole bottle.
Bottle. It was like 15%.
Like, don't get that drunk anymore. That was it. That was the story.
It was really not that cool.
So
I was probably a bit more chatty on the live stream.
yeah, Adam's saying you'll need beer Sunday for the game too.
That's true.
The Vikings game, Packers Vikings. This was the movie that I watched with Michael Douglas and Glenn Close, who is just Skeletor with curly hair in that film. They're trying to make her sexy, and I'm like, it's Glenn bloody Close, like who's like a complete psycho. But Fatal Attraction, good film, very highly recommended. It was also the highest grossing movie of the year that year. Like worldwide, like made $400 million. Mm-hmm. Like kind of a sleeper hit. But yeah, as we were talking about Michael Douglas earlier, who features again twice tonight on the quiz. Do you know this?
I don't. I was just thinking.
Like, I didn't think this was real. I kind of was browsing, reading an article, and I came across this, and I was like, that's actually the headquarters of Apple. $5 billion. And I was reading that basically they could make this headquarters like something like the amount of spare cash they have. Like they could make it like 60 times over or something. That's how much bloody money they have that they're just kind of sitting on and not investing in things. Companies. Well, a lot of those big tech companies, Amazon and Google, they're like making acquisitions.
Right.
Which is like a real problem for capitalism right now, but that's a whole different debate. But Apple really hasn't acquired anything. Like the biggest acquisition by one of the tech firms, I think it was Microsoft, bought LinkedIn for $26 billion. Facebook's been, obviously Facebook bought Instagram. That was $2 billion, which in the scheme of things seems like a snippet right now. Yeah, I think the biggest was because Amazon bought Zappos, and they bought a few. There was a couple of companies in there I was not familiar with. Apple hasn't done a whole lot of acquiring, I guess. Yeah, they'll be okay.
Looks like it.
Yeah, apparently the Apple employees call the headquarters the spaceship.
Okay.
Like
that
was
sense.
kind of a clue in the question where it said akin to a spaceship. Yeah. Prometheus. Got this question idea from watching the movie Prometheus the other day.
Yeah.
Really good film. But so messed up. With the robot. And just some of the scenes. Like, it is very close. Like that whole Alien series, you know, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and then obviously the original Alien films. Very close, probably second to The Thing as in the horror sci-fi chart, in my opinion. Yeah, The Thing is still number one, obviously. So we're doing The Thing quiz for Halloween this year. I'm going to dress up as The Thing, which is just me. You just don't know I'm The Thing. People who haven't seen The Thing are like, what are you talking about?
It's
so good.
You could do that as a costume.
Just be me.
And then just tell people you're
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Dress up like I'm from the 80s.
Like 2 people understand.
Yeah. Alright, we're almost at the end here, guys. Got 5 questions left. Team. Looks like they're going to win today. Pretty commanding lead. Ooh, look at this. We have 1 point between teams 2nd through 5th. So it really may come down to speed on the last question, guys. You are, if you're a regular, you're familiar with the rules. Question 60, which is the final question. If there is a tie at the end, it's whoever answered that one quickest. So look, we have a 3-way tie for 2nd. So you got to really answer quick on that last one, but also need to get it right as well. If one of your kind of rivals here gets it right. But then there's a team in 5th, just 1 point back. This was our other quiz clue.
It's like the kind of the weird thing about cloning.
I didn't see this film. I didn't really have much interest in it, to be honest. You know, if it comes on Netflix or something, I might watch it.
Yeah.
But
no, it's just an interesting. I had like a ethics class once where we like did a whole study on like the ethics of cloning.
That one got a lot of people. That is right. I'm sure that's right.
And it was like.
The ethics of cloning?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like just one of the weird things about cloning, the way that we currently know how to clone people, is that like you would start out as like a baby. So like you cloning yourself, you're essentially like just raising.
Oh, so it wouldn't be
it's
like a
genetically you.
But it wouldn't be a full-size person.
Right, and it has its own brain and like it would be a different person. It's just genetically.
Right, they wouldn't have your memories or anything like that.
It's not the way you think about
their
a
life
clone.
experience would dictate like maybe the type of person they become. They obviously have some natural attributes that are the same, but nature versus nurture. You know, there's a little bit of that. Look at how close the leaderboard is there. Here we go. Oh, 2 to go. Obviously, artist impression here. I think I like these stats better here on YouTube, though.
It is nice.
Yeah. Oh, look how close. All right, here we go for the marbles. Well, we have a winner already, but 2nd, 3rd place can go between at least 4 teams here. You know what's coming, guys. Real or fake photo. Pick the one that is real. 3 of these are photoshopped. So you got the bodybuilder's uneven tan, the baby footprint from the inside, the owl form blowing bubbles, or those 2 moose doing it behind Bear Grylls. One of them's real. 3 of them are fake. Oh, what did that do to the leaderboard hit? Oh, hapless. Damn it. Second place. Okay. Well, we'll give you gift cards, Collectivo. That's it, man. So mix a lot of drinks. Third place. Team. First place. Team. Two team. All right, guys. We will get the post up with the team names and the results and all that.
People think you're wrong
On what?
on that question.
Oh, really? Oh, the Gemini Man one. Okay, I'll look it up. There's an error we'll make. We haven't had an error for a while.
Weeks and weeks.
Weeks and weeks, I feel like. If we're wrong on the Gemini Man one, we will make a correction. Melissa thinks we might be. So, all right, guys. We will be back Thursday. Lord of the Rings quiz. Or Disney. Lord of the Rings. Disney the week after. Star Wars the week after that. This was fun. We will see you guys in a few days. We have got we've got a fun quiz coming up Thursday. All right, we're gonna go.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.